This is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you. Today I'm at the trade show. We're at the annual 2013 Houseware Show here in Chicago. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go to the Tribest booth. Now Tribest is making healthy living easy, and they do this with many of the different products that they offer that allow you to eat more fruits and vegetables in your diet. So what I'm going to do today is world's first using a production model of their brand new glass blender that has 1.1 horsepower. So let's head over to the booth, and actually I'm going to make my dinner for you guys so you can see how this blender works, plus you can see what I'm eating for dinner today. Now we're going to use the brand new Dynablend blender. Now I know many of you guys out there have been wanting a glass blender with real glass instead of the Eastman Triton plastic. And this is the one that has glass that is also high horsepower. A lot of the blenders that I've seen on the market that have glass, unfortunately there's just not enough power in them to grind up nuts and other things like people who want to include more fruits and vegetables in their diet. So I'm glad Tribest has finally come out with a 1.1 horsepower blender with a glass carafe. And the other thing I like about this blender is that it has a full 10-year warranty. So that warranty is even longer than the Vitamix, and this is less than half the price of the Vitamix. The question is, will it perform like the Vitamix? And of course, you know, for less than half the cost of the Vitamix, this is not going to be the Vitamix. But will it perform satisfactorily and be a good investment? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. This is the first time I'm getting to use a production model to make something that I actually eat for dinner. And actually, this is my dinner tonight. So let me quickly share with you more about the Dynablend blender. One of the things I like about the Dynablend is that this is a computer-controlled blender. It's actually very smart. So it's currently in the off position, and when this is flashing, that means it's in the off position and you can safely unplug it. If we turn it to the on position, you can see the red lighting around here just stays solid. That means you're all ready to blend. In addition, these lights down here will start to blink, letting you know, hey, you can start one of the automatic program cycles. We have a 60-second blend cycle. You press that, it'll run for 60 seconds on high and fluctuate the speed a little bit to ensure you get the proper blend. Next, down here we have a 60-second combo blend, which will pretty much blend it at high but also go down and up the cycle. And then this is my favorite feature of all, 30-second pulse. So what this is a true pulse. It pulses at 100% high speed and then down to 0. 100% high speed and then down to 0. This is especially good for making your banana green smoothies, so it will not overblend your bananas like some other blenders that don't have this feature. So the other thing I really like about this blender, it also has a variable speed control. So much like the volume control on your TV, you could crank it from a little bit all the way up to high and then all the way back down so that you can control it. You know, of course, it has the automatic functions if that's what you want as well. I personally, in most instances, like to use the manual control so that I could dial it in and get it blending to where I want. Another really nice feature about this blender, you know, just likewise, it has a glass carafe. It comes with a stainless steel scoop here. So this stainless steel scoop is really useful to put in to scoop your mixtures out, but can also be used to push your mixture into the blade to ensure it gets blended. So I like that Tribest came out with a full-on stainless steel scoop here instead of plastic like are on other machines. I guess the next step is, let's go ahead and make my dinner. I'm getting a bit hungry here. So this is a very simple recipe that you can do at home, and what it is very simply, I've already juiced some oranges here. So we just have some orange juice. We have an equal amount or almost as much raw macadamia nuts. Now just these two alone will make an incredible dressing. So that's what we're gonna do first. And then you would pour that over your salad, and tonight I have baby organic spinach greens. But what I might do today is actually include the greens into the blender to blend those up to make what's called a blended salad. In this way, the blender will fractionate all the greens and I'll get better digestion out of them. So first, it's always best when using a blender to add your liquids first. So now we're gonna pour in the orange juice. Once we got that in there, now we're gonna go ahead and add the macadamia nuts. So let's go ahead and put the top on, and now we're all ready to blend. Now one of the things I like about this blender, it runs at a fast 23,000 RPMs or revolutions per minute, and many blenders don't achieve that speed. Other blenders may run 10,000 RPM, and up in the 20,000 range is optimal RPMs in my opinion, because the faster the RPM, the sharper the blade, the better fractionated your food's gonna be. So next, let's go ahead and crank this blender up to high. All right, so as you can see, most of the macadamia nuts are fragmented, and also when doing this recipe, I like to kind of crank it up to high and then low, and then I can see if any full nuts are not blended up yet. It sounds like it's done a fairly good job. Let's go ahead and open this up and check this out. This is a nice creamy dressing. I don't see any large particles of macadamia nuts left. And let's go ahead and open up the spinach and check it out. Did an amazing job. So what I could do is pour the dressing over the spinach. We're gonna take this one step further. We're gonna make what's called a blended salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our spinach into the blender. So that's one whole bag of the spinach in the blender, and it's always best when adding greens, you might want to do a little bit at a time. And that's what I normally recommend on blenders that aren't so powerful. We shouldn't have any issues here with the Dynablend, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add the second bag. Now you might be thinking, John, isn't that a lot of leafy greens to eat? Well, matter of fact, to me it's not. My goal every day is to eat 2 pounds of leafy green vegetables a day, and both these bags are only a total of 12 ounces. So here's the last handful of spinach going into this carafe. So we have a lot of material in this carafe, and this carafe goes up to 60 ounces. So this can hold lots of fresh fruits and vegetables so you can eat them. Next, let's go ahead and put the top on. Now this may be a hard job for any blender, and hopefully the Dynablend is gonna be able to handle it just fine, especially when we got our scoop here that we're gonna use to push the mixture into the blade. So let's go ahead and use the 60-second blend and see how this thing works. All right, so now we're pushing the greens in the blender and it's blending up just fine. Using our stir stick to push things in. All right, so as you just saw, I filled this up to the max, up to 60 ounces. I used the scooper here, the stainless steel scooper, to push down my mixture into the blades. It caught and it was blending, even though this is an incredibly thick mixture. Most blenders would not be able to handle that, and this one looks like it actually made a very fine consistency. So what we're gonna do next is actually pull this guy off and check that consistency out there. That's nice and liquidy. And this is what I'm gonna be eating for dinner, so let's go ahead and try it. Wow. That's amazing. Now, I have to say, this is not a Vitamix quality blend, and I will soon do a video comparing this directly to the Vitamix. But this broke down that mixture far better than any other blender I've found in this category, especially with that real glass carafe. I hope you guys enjoyed this special sneak peek of the Dynablend blender by Tribest. Once again, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.